Hey y'all, it's Cindy Tauchar with Around the Town in the South, and I am at the Grammy Museum today, and I am not in Los Angeles, California, I'm not in Nashville, I'm not in a big city like Chicago or New York, I'm in Cleveland, Mississippi, and that is just unbelievable that right here in Cleveland, Mississippi, we have something this amazing. And I'm with Emily Havens, who's the director of the museum. And Emily, how did this get started? How did something of this magnitude, how were we lucky enough to have it in Mississippi?
Mississippi is obviously the birthplace of American music, and so back probably in 2009, 2010, a group of Mississippians got together and decided that maybe we should have a Hall of Fame museum or something that really represents our music history and our heritage. And then one wonderful person, Alan Hammonds, decided that we should ask for a Grammy Museum. And so started the process, went through the Recording Academy chapter, all the way to the Recording Academy, made a wonderful pitch, and they said yes. And so from then we started, formed our board of directors in 2011, began raising money, and opened our doors in March 2016.
Wow, that is just so amazing to me that we're, I feel so fortunate, and I think that we do have such a rich heritage in music that we do need a place to show it off and brag about our Mississippians, because we've got some really talented Mississippians. And at one point, I remember hearing you say what percentage of, we have the most Grammy.
We have the most Grammys per capita than the next 5 states combined. And nearly 8% of all Lifetime Achievement Award winners are from Mississippi, so it's pretty incredible.
Wow.
When you think about our state and how small we are in population.
Oh yeah, it's just in our blood. Somehow it missed my blood. I'm very good at listening. But anyway, well, tell us about, there's a lot of programs that y'all have for children, and this is an educational...
It is, educational nonprofit.
Okay.
We've certainly had a lot of visitors come visit the museum, visitors from all 50 states, from 36 different countries, and it's incredible to see them come in and out, learn things about our state, learn things about our musical heritage that people have not. Maybe don't know, and so it's always a surprise when they say, oh my gosh, I didn't know so-and-so was from Mississippi. But more importantly, every day, 80% we focus on education. We serve children with group tours, field trips, scavenger hunts, exhibit activities, and also program workshops. Some of our workshops include songwriting, instrument lessons, we do music production, DJ. We also have Backstage Pass, which is a workshop with an artist. So we've had many over the years.
Well, that's what, and some of the actual Grammy winners have actually come and worked on these programs with kids that, what an unbelievable way to give back.
Right.
It's just amazing to me. Now, since you are nonprofit, how do you, your funding, you have to do special events and just from ticket sales, and how do you keep this afloat?
Most, of course, we have memberships. So we have a lot of our local around the state, and even members from outside the state join the museum annually and get benefits of being a member, unlimited access to the museum and its exhibits, ticket priority, so they can buy tickets to programs before anyone else. But we also we have relationships with some foundations, and we apply for grants. We, of course, admission, group sales, as well as education, field trips, so ticket sales, and then we also have public programs. We do fundraisers a couple times a year to help with our programs and support our education initiatives.
Okay, and you have an event coming up on, is it September 6th?
We do. We're going to kick off an endowment campaign. And so we have named it after our wonderful Senator Willie Simmons. It's the Senator Simmons Society, and so
who we just spoke with.
Yeah, and so we'll be able to begin an endowment, start planning for the future, and give donors another opportunity and another way to give to the museum.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So anytime you see a way to give to this is a great thing for our state, just to highlight it. Now, if people do want to come to the museum, tell us hours and...
We are open 7 days a week. We open every morning on Monday through Saturday at 10 o'clock and close at 5:30. And on Sundays we open at 12 and close at 5:30. Okay. It was funny when we started to plan our hours and admission and those kind of things. We had our team in LA said you should open on Sundays at 10 as well. I was like, not in Mississippi.
No,
Probably
would not go
would
over
not
well.
work here. So it's worked great opening at 12 because we do have a number of visitors that are traveling the Delta, and Sunday is a great day for them to come, and also for people to come enjoy the museum with their family.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great little weekend trip or day trip, you know, if you're anywhere in driving distance, just to drive up here. And there's a lot more in Cleveland to see besides just the Grammy Museum too, and we'll tell you a little bit more about some of that later. But and we were talking earlier, some people even have wedding receptions here.
We do a great number of special events, from birthday party packages to wedding receptions. We've had a couple weddings here as well, retirement parties, corporate events, holiday parties. So a lot of our special events help sustain the museum and help us, again, to continue our mission and vision.
Now you have the set exhibits, but then you do have some moving exhibits that you change out from time to time. Tell us about that and what's going on now.
We do. We have about 70% of our exhibit gallery is a permanent exhibit. We do change out some of the artifacts and update those, especially with the artists that they've been here and will donate something back to the museum or highlight something special from the Grammys. We have a gallery, a Mississippi gallery, and it really highlights our state and all the musicians from Mississippi. We have a beautiful wall that shows all the Grammy winners' signatures on it, which is really incredible. Mississippi Music Table, which makes us the most advanced technology music museum in the South, and you can really dive in there and stay some time. But we also have about 2,000 square feet of a temporary gallery, and right now we have the Supremes, celebrating the Supremes. Mary Wilson
I love the Supremes.
is fantastic. Mary Wilson is from Greenville, Mississippi, and so she came for about 4 or 5 days to help us open the exhibit. She did 2 sold-out education programs for kids, and she also did a community program.
How many adults are trying to get into that program?
It was, well, what's interesting, one of the groups from Biloxi came to the Mary Wilson program, and I swear we had like 90 kids and 90 adults. So
I was gonna say, I would put my kids in it just so I could go. Like, oh, let me look at the doorbell.
It was incredible. We've had education programs with Mary, and she was able to talk to them about her life and about becoming a Supreme, and there were great questions from the kids. For example, one of the children asked, what was it like when Diana was chosen to be Diana Ross in the Supremes? Were you jealous? And so a lot of girls have those issues now, jealousy and mean girl and bullying and things that go on in the school. So it's wonderful to hear from Mary how they handle that, and so great life lessons. And then we also have had like Mavis Staples, who marched with Martin Luther King Jr. was a great friend with her father Pops, and so they're able to ask Mavis questions about the civil rights movement, how they wrote their songs, and so it's a great opportunity to be able to bring these artists to Cleveland, artists that are connected to Mississippi. Kids get to ask them questions, and so we love celebrating those. We love celebrating Mary in the temporary gallery. We opened with the Beatles, which brought in a whole different crowd. The next one we had Stevie Ray Vaughan, and that brought in a lot of my age people that were interested in fans of Stevie Ray Vaughan, and then we had Taylor Swift exhibit, which brought in a lot of people, obviously, and different ages, and people really walked away from there with their grandchildren, Taylor Swift fans. I think they brought their kids here expecting them to fall in love with it, but they fall in love with Taylor's story, what an amazing person and artist she is, and how hard she works. And then we recently had Johnny Hooker, and now the Supreme. So it's been a wonderful space. We're able to change it out every 6 to 7 months and bring in new artists, new visitors, and new interest in the museum.
Oh yeah, and if you come once, just wait a few months, you come back and you get to see a whole new
We have a
exhibit.
great small exhibit on Michael Jackson right now, which his Beat It jacket is here, and it's really special. His Billie Jean jacket, some handwritten lyrics from Man in the Mirror, so it's really great, and kids love it. We've had just lines of people and children who weren't even alive when he was alive, but they know Michael Jackson, they know the King of Pop, and they are dying to see that jacket, so pretty great.
So awesome. Well, I know you have gotten to meet so many cool people through this venue. Like, do you have any stories that stand out that just were,
It's
beyond what you ever, just
it's
meeting?
amazing to me to be able to meet. There's been wonderful artists here, and I think about someone emotionally like meeting Jimmy Vaughn, Stevie Ray's brother, and realizing that was our second temporary exhibit. And as he was leaving that night after he performed, and was able to talk to him, and he wanted to see his brother's exhibit one more time. And it really hit me that this was not just a collection. This is his brother's, items. And he looked at me and said, "I'm going to need you to take care of this. This is all I have left to my brother." And so you realize that these artifacts and how special they are. But then most of the artists that have been here from Mississippi, Charlie Musselwhite just walked in the door like a regular visitor, or Marty Stewart, or Mavis, and they're just like a Mississippian. They're down to earth, and they just have. They're famous all over the world, but here they're just in Mississippi, and they're just the person next door, and they enjoy
one of us.
Yeah, and it's really, and you see that, and to be able to celebrate that every day is quite an honor.
That is so neat. Well, thank you so much for letting us come here. I know you're incredibly busy, and for letting us come and just tell us a little bit about this and just show off. I know we've got a lot of people in Mississippi follow us, but we've got followers all over, and I really want them to see what we have here and brag on what we have in Mississippi. And we couldn't do this without our sponsors, and so I wanted to tell you our first sponsor for this segment is Posh Maternity. She has the cutest clothes if you're pregnant, but they're clothes that can transition into afterwards, so which I think is such a grand idea. And she also has cute baby stuff, so you don't have to be pregnant to go shop there. She's on Market Street in FLowood, and also His-n-Hurzz. I have to spell this for you. HIZ-N-HURZZ.com. They're going live tomorrow. Great sports items. You're just going to love them. And Winstead Men's Clothing is in the brick streets of Clinton, my hometown, on Jefferson Street. He's got some awesome men's clothes my husband loves. There's a certain brand of shirts that he has there. My husband just loves them, and he loves to shop there, but he's also got a cool story that we're going to be bringing to you soon too. So thank you so much to our sponsors, and thank you, Emily. We appreciate it so much. And thank you for joining us. So we'll be seeing you around the town.